Good afternoon, graduates, honored guests, faculty colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Convocation at the University of Waterloo. My name is Feridun Hamdulahpur. I have the honor of serving as President and Vice Chancellor of this fine university. And it's my privilege to welcome you all to our campus for this celebration. Before we start, however, it is important to reflect, acknowledge, and pay respect to the elders, past and current, of the neutral Anishinaabe and Haudenosaunee peoples. We are gathered today on their traditional territory as the University of Waterloo sits on the Haldimand Tract, the land promised to the Six Nations people along the Grand River. Now, may I ask you to rise, please, if you're able. Remove your hat. And while I invite Birgit Mushinski to sing our national anthem.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command, car ton bras est porté le pays, il s'est porté la croix. Ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Thank you, Birgit, and please be seated. Hello again. Normally at this point, our Chancellor, Mr. Tom Jenkins, who is the ceremonial head of our university, would be here instead of me standing. However, Mr. Jenkins has another convocation ceremony to attend to. It's not ours. However, he had to go to his son's convocation, and we will, of course, we would let him do that. So this afternoon, I will fulfill his duties in my capacity as Vice Chancellor, in addition to my own. So let me again welcome you all, ladies and gentlemen, to be here, but let me spend a few seconds thanking you, parents, family members, friends, supporters of our graduating class for being here on this very important day. These brilliant young minds here, they have achieved a very important milestone, and you have supported them in many ways, more than one ways. And again, thank you so much for being here on this important day. And graduands, I'm calling you graduands, not graduates, because there is a magical moment that our provost is going to walk you through, and until that happens, you're not graduates yet. So we may even give you a pop quiz or two here and there because you haven't the degree yet. However, on this day, as we look into the future, we look at our graduating class and we're so proud of them. I will come back here and give you my closing remarks, so I'll save some of my remarks to that part. But let me tell you this. This university is so proud that you were able to come and join us. We have been the most innovative university in this country for the past 26, 27 years, however you count it, and we intend to keep this going forever. Because they are enabling us to do that. So this afternoon, we're going to have a very exciting ceremony. And again, you will be reminded by our provost, Professor Dixon, about some of the processes and rules we follow. But I should remind you that we all want to enjoy this convocation up until its last minute. So please make sure that you go back to your seats and remain seated until the convocation is adjourned. We will begin with an honorary degree on an individual who has distinguished themselves in the academy. It's very important to hear the achievements of an academic colleague. And then we will also honor other members of our faculty with the same process. And then we will come to you, we will confer bachelor's, master's, and doctoral degrees. We are hoping that this whole thing will take less than 2 hours. I promise you it will take less than 2 hours, okay? But it will also depend on you, okay? So we will do this under 2 hours, and for that, again, let me repeat my words of gratitude. Thanks for being here, and we will start our ceremony. So, for that, let me invite our Professor Stefan Steiner, Chair of the Department of Statistics and Actuarial Science, to the podium. Stefan?
Vice Chancellor, I present Robert John Tibshirani. Robert Tibshirani is a graduate of the University of Waterloo, where he earned a bachelor's degree in statistics and computer science. He received his master's degree in statistics from the University of Toronto and a PhD from Stanford University. Professor Tibshirani has made numerous exceptional contributions to the methodology and theory of statistics in many important and evolving areas like high-dimensional data analysis, bootstrap, smoothing and regression methods, statistical learning, and classification. According to Google Scholar, Professor Tibshirani's research has over 280,000 citations, likely making him the most cited statistician in the world. His most well-known contributions are the lasso method, generalized additive models, and significance analysis of microarrays. He has also made broad and important contributions to genetics, medicine, public health, and traffic safety. For his pioneering work in the development and implementation of statistical methodology, he has received several prestigious awards, including the Worldwide COPS Award, the Gold Medal of the Statistical Society of Canada, and the University of Waterloo Distinguished Alumni Achievement Award. Professor Tibshirani's outstanding accomplishments are an inspiration for all new generations of statisticians and computer scientists. With great passion and enthusiasm, he has also popularized statistics to scientists and researchers in other fields. Many of Professor Tibshirani's highly popular books, courses, and workshops are freely available online, including his award-winning book, Introduction to Statistical Learning with Applications in R. Vice Chancellor, in recognition of his outstanding contributions to statistics, mathematics, and computer science, I request that you bestow the title of Doctor of Mathematics honoris causa upon Robert Tibshirani.
I'm honored to confer upon you, Robert J. Tibshirani, the degree of Doctor of Mathematics honoris causa, and I extend my sincere congratulations.
Thank you. So I now invite Dr. Tipshirani to the podium. Oh, sorry, not yet. So now is the time that I invite Dr. Tipshirani to the podium to address Convocation.
Thank you very much. This is kind of surreal. The last time I was here was in 1979, where I got my degree in mathematics from this very room. That's the last time I was in this building. First of all, I want to thank the university and the Department of Statistics for this great honor. It really is very special to me, both from a professional point of view and personally, because I have a lot of friends still here at Waterloo, and I was very happy when I got the news that I'd won this award. Now, I suspect that one of the reasons I was chosen for this was actually for a non-academic achievement. I was a student here from 1973 to 1978. At the corner of University and Phillip Streets, there was a restaurant called King Kong Submarine. They had a contest, an ongoing contest, to see who could eat a 3-foot submarine sandwich loaded with meats and everything else in the fastest time. And the record at the time was 32 minutes. Now, my friends knew I was a big eater, and they said, "You got to try this. You got to go for it." So I decided to give it a try with a friend of mine, and I didn't eat for 2 days to prepare myself, but I drank a lot of water to stretch my stomach. I'm not sure if that's a scientific principle, but I went for it. And a friend of mine did it in parallel with me. Again, the record was 32 minutes. At the 2/3 mark, they cut it in the 3-foot submarine in 1-foot pieces. We were both tied, but the 3rd foot, my friend could not get down. Every bite would go in and come back out again. But I pressed on, and in dramatic fashion, I shattered the record, finishing in 10 minutes and 45 seconds. As far as I know, that record was never broken. Of course, it was probably because the restaurant closed a couple of years later. But for a number of years later, when I come back to Waterloo to give a talk, I was not introduced as the professor of statistics or this guy or that guy. I was the King Kong submarine eating champion. Fortunately, that was not the only thing I did at Waterloo when I was here. I was also the anchor of the Phillip Street Co-op boat race team, which is, I don't know if you still do that here, it's probably not politically correct, but it's a beer drinking team that has to drink 8 beers in the shortest amount of time. But that's not all I did. I also went to some classes, a lot of classes. And looking back at the 5 years I spent here at Waterloo, I'm amazed at the impact that such a relatively short period of time in my life has had on me. And I think a lot of the graduates will find the same thing. You haven't been here that long, but it's a very special time in your life. And you find many years from now that you look back at your Waterloo days with great memories, and also amazed at the impact it's had on you. Waterloo, for example, I learned computer programming for the first time, in particular the Fortran programming language. And when I talk about, I still program in Fortran, and my daughter's a software engineer, and when she hears Fortran, she kind of laughs at me. She snickers. Fortran, that's for dinosaurs. Well, Fortran, I think, which was invented largely here at Waterloo, is a great tool, and I still use it to this day. So the impact it's had on me, both personally and professionally, Waterloo has been tremendous. I also had many great teachers here at Waterloo, and I want to honor one of them in particular, Professor Jim Cobbleflesh. Jim taught me my first course in statistics, and later a course called Discrete Multivariate Analysis. I suggested a few years later to Jim that those great notes he had should be published as a book, but he was very modest, and he said they weren't good enough to publish, which was typical Jim if you knew Jim Cobbleflesh. So they were never published into a book. Jim went on to serve as the vice president and provost here at Waterloo for 12 years. Now, in 1997, I published a paper on cell phones and car accidents. Probably, for me, the research that's most well known. The main credit for this work goes to my good friend, Dr. Don Redemeyer. It was the first paper that established a link between uses of cell phones and car accidents back in 1997. And the design was, well, first of all, we showed that using a cell phone was as bad as driving drunk. In other words, the chance of having an accident increased by the same rate that it did when driving drunk. Now, the design of the study was kind of complicated. It was called a case crossover design. So the analysis was quite tricky. And when I went to do the analysis, where did I look for the techniques on how to do this analysis? Jim Cobbleflesh's notes were the main source. So I was very sad to learn last year of Jim's passing. He was a wonderful teacher in person. And this leads me to my final message in my speech. As you graduate today, remember those who have supported you, your family and your friends, your teachers, and even people who you've never met, but from whom you have learned. Scientists, writers, poets, musicians, everyone who's inspired you and contributed to the world's great body of knowledge and arts. Take the gifts they have given you and do some good in the world. There's no better way to honor them. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. I'm George Dixon, and I'm the Vice President Academic and Provost here at the University of Waterloo. First, I would like to thank Dr. Tip Shirani for his outstanding address and welcome him to the group of Waterloo's outstanding alumni. Would the members of the graduating class please rise? Mr. Vice Chancellor, I present those scholars who have fulfilled the statutory requirements laid down by the Senate of the University of Waterloo that they may be admitted to their various and several degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me and in the university, I hereby admit you to your various and several degrees, to all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Congratulations.
Please be seated. For those of you that are not up on the traditions of convocation, that was actually the really important bit because that's when you got the degree, okay? I would now like to invite Joseph Pereira to come forward and deliver the valedictory address. Joseph.
Thank you and welcome, Mr. Vice Chancellor, members of Convocation, friends, family, and of course, graduates. To family, thank you for being able to make it here today to celebrate this special moment with us. I'm sure many of us would not be here today if it weren't for your help and encouragement over these past years. I would also like to give a special thanks to university faculty. It's because of you that we are able to learn and grow while here. And really, you've helped us along the way a lot. Individually and even on Piazza, dealing with all these memes lately. What more could we ask for? Now graduates, you've made it. Be proud of it. I'm sure that many of you probably don't want to be here in these sweaty gowns and just want to get out into the real world. So please, take a moment at least to celebrate it with us and reflect upon your experiences here. You've all done amazing things. And it feels like we've been here forever. I mean, just look at the buildings. This campus has transformed, and there's this giant pit beside SLC. So this kind of never ends, but really our journey has just begun here. I am certain that these past years at the University of Waterloo have shaped who you are today. And you probably wouldn't have imagined what it would be like to finally be here. Think back to before you even arrived. When you first received that "You've Made It" package, posting it on Facebook, being proud. Did you know what you wanted out of university then? What you expected? That you'd even be solving problems as simple as greatest common denominator? I sure didn't. But you know, proofs, formulas, and rules aren't the only thing this degree is about, even if that's what the family believes. It's everything else that you've done. And sometimes the university, they say everything else is co-op. They say it a lot. But for us, It's about a pursuit of knowledge, a passion, and personal growth. Whether you've spent your time in clubs or with friends, the most important thing is that you've learned about yourself. Now, my story has been that about community. Without the community and friends I found here at Waterloo, I honestly don't know who I would be. And because of this, I really encourage you all to get to know each other, especially now that we are heading off. Who knows when you'll next meet a Waterloo alumni on the street? So please, sometime during the ceremony, take the time to introduce yourself to someone nearby that you don't know, and tell them what you're most excited for after convocation. I really hope you meet someone, because that is exactly what helped me get through all these years in university. Getting to know all of you. And I really hope all of you can relate. There are so many shared challenges we had together. All-nighters and MC, way too often. Failing our first exams, totally bombing interviews. Some of us maybe even had to crash on a couch between terms, because it's no easy task moving every 4 months, but that shows our resilience. And each time, it seems like it couldn't get harder. But each time, we have each other. And as time goes by, our peers turn into friends, and our friends become more like family to us. So be proud, and be proud of yourself and your fellow graduates, and know that they are here with you today, even if your family couldn't make it. Personally, I'm gonna miss campus. There is a lot of life here, between hackathons, open houses, humans versus zombies, or just students walking around like zombies. Yet everywhere, we're able to find like-minded people here. So, as I wrap this up, I want you to remember those who are with you here on your journey and onwards. Keep in touch with them, and go do amazing things. Also support those around you doing amazing things. And once again, congratulations on believing that you can make it here today, receiving your degree. You really deserve it. I really hope that you're all closer to finding what you love in life, whether it's a job, a city, or a person. And take your time, because you've got an entire life ahead of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Joseph. Much appreciated. It's a great day for convocation. Convocation is perhaps the most rewarding occasion in the life of a university. It evokes our ancient traditions, rights, privileges, and duties, and there's a duality about convocation. On one side, we celebrate past achievement. On the other side, we anticipate the promise of new beginnings. On behalf of the University at Waterloo administration team, I would like to thank all of you who have made today possible. To the parents, family, and friends of our graduates, particularly those who have traveled quite a distance to be here today, thank you very kindly. To the university community for developing these scholars and delivering this outstanding event for our new alumni, thank you. And of course, we acknowledge those who are unable to join us today. I suspect they're in the minds of a lot of people in the auditorium. Now, I'd like to do something a little bit different. I would ask that the graduands remain seated, and I invite all of the parents, family, friends, event coordinators, and the band to rise as you are able. Trust me, this will work out, okay? Now, I'd like you to look around, and I'd like you to wave. Graduates, you can wave too, okay? Funnily enough, you'll see people waving back at you. It's the nature of being human, okay? Graduates, can you join me in a round of applause for those who have supported you through your academic journey? Please be seated. As we prepare to confer degrees, I have a couple of housekeeping matters that I would like to address. For guests wishing to take photographs of their graduates, there's a photography area located to the left of the stage down in this area. And you can access that area by exiting the auditorium by the rear west exit, which is the one in that back corner. And there will be people to show you down a hallway that delivers you into this area. If you approach the area just before your special graduate is about to proceed across the stage, you can take pictures. Once you have taken the photographs, would you please return to your seats to allow space for others to take pictures of their special graduates. We award degrees by alphabetical order, which means that some people's have names that start with an A, and there are some people whose names start with a Z. It is not their fault, okay? I ask that you show respect for all of your fellow classmates by returning to your seat after you have been hooded so that we can all share the celebration together. Okay, now for the good stuff where we get to actually confer some degrees. I would invite Stephen Watt, Dean of the Faculty of Mathematics, and Francis Poulin, Associate Dean, Undergraduate Studies, Faculty of Mathematics, to come to the podium and announce the graduates' names. Thank you.
Mr. Vice-Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Computer Science, University Honours Program. Dua Youssef Ahmed Abdelgadir, Natig Alak Barov, James Anthony Andreo, Andy Bike, Taylor Brendan Byrne, Long Yu Kai. Rong Sheng Kai, Guan Rong Chen, Jian Yu Chen. Na Yu Chen, Peng Chen, Ying Ying Chen. Hai Zheng Choi, Tenzin Dundup, Xin Yang Feng. Renato Ferreira Pinto Jr., Kyle Joshua Fung, Yu Gan. Carolyn Elson George, Samaksh Golen, Eduardo Alejandro Gomez. Yishuan He, Himalaya Ratnam Das, Tristan Homsey, Joanne Hong, Casey Howard, Yifeng Huang. Jacob Jablonski, Howdy Jiang, Mei Xiangjin, Alan Francis Angelo Kennedy, Yuan Bo Lai, Hai Tian Lan, Tiffany Hui Yuan Li, Chao Li, Han Tong Li. Jing Xuan Li, Qiu Han Li, Wen Shui Li. Yi Fu Li, Yu Shan Li, Jian Wei Liang. Yi Chao Peter Liang, Alex Chengzhi Liu, Bo Liu. Jian Kun Liu, Yu Fei Liu, Hao Jun Liu, Luo. Jianan Luo, Meng Yi Luo, Qiu Yun Luo. Wei Luo, Yang Luo, Gregory Brian Marcos. Tahir Mamadov, Gurkirat Singh Mandur, Sheng Li Mao. Jesse Roger Marion, Shamir Navid, Jason Ngo. Kai Ni, William Albert Nippard, Paley Njarlangatil. Liam Ozog, Alexander James Palasok, Hin Seng Daniel Pang, Andrew David Stewart Paradi, Arjun Pathmarajan, Jade Angel Pierce, Michelle Pokras, Hao Ranchi, Arun Maruti Sridhar Rao, Ethan Samela, Kevin Shi, Yue Yun Su, Ji Sun, Jia Hair T, Troyland Flores Tempra, Luke Tevenar, Jordan Timothy Verasamy, Jing Wang, Shina Xian Wang, Ya Se Wang, Xiao Yu Wen, Haolin Wu, Mengjun Xia, Xingyu Xia, Fu Mingshu, Qing Shu, Bing Kun Yang, Kai Xuan Yang, Qing Sen Yang, Xiao Heng Yang, Wei Ye, Wei Hong Yu, Tasti Zachary, Heming Zhang, Wei Ji Zhang, Yun Ji Zhang, Chan Long Zhong, Wenbo Zhong, Bingkan Zhu. Jiajun Zhu, Jasmine Zhu, Rui Chi Zhu. Hui Zhu, Zefang Zhu, Wenbo Kui. Thank you, Mr. Vice Chancellor.
Mr. Vice Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Computer Science, University Honors Cooperative Program. Tabitha Alexander, Kazim Ali, Jeremy Ross Alvarado, Eric Bailly, Mabel B., Tyler James Brenneman, Shuo Chai, Ritu Chandrasekhar, Jacqueline Chen, Shi Chen, Viktor Sinarov, Simon Cochran, Graham Robert Cooper, Benjamin Daniel Crouchman, Yu Ru Kui, Wei Dai, Yifan Dai, Navjot Dillon, Joshua Taylor Doncaster Marisligio, Jonathan George Estrella, Hayden Timothy Faber. Basin Fung, Nicholas Fika, Kefi Gao, Hadi J.C. Nejad, Eric Gervin, Yaroslav Borsovich Gorbin, Benjamin Liu Han, Henry Han, Dylan Troy Hand, Gung Yo He, Paul He, Daniel Joseph Hopper, Yong Liang Hu, Tian Hao Hu, Jiyuan Hu, Kuan Huang, Yu Ning Huang, Heochen Yi, Shun Ji Ji, Philip Yi Fei Ji, Shen Jin, Ji Ming Jin, Yiduo Jing, Lingjie Qi, Sangeeth Kolaraja, Avery Ian Kung, Hilton Law, Amy Lee, Fong Lin Lee, Borui Lin, Yuan Ji Lin, Enoch Lo, Etienne Schaefer Long, Emma Yicheng Lu, Vidhayasagar Mahadavin Harihara, Joel Brett Tartatovsky Melchinudo, Eric Olaf Monahan, Navida Priyadasana Marithusa, Nisarg Patel, Yash Devalkumar Patel. Matthew Mark Flaunt. Tim Pham. Alice Nga Ying Poon, Pragash Prabhaharan, Jordan Xavier Pride. Alex Chen, Leksha Ramdini, Tyler Joseph Ranelli. Lucas Evan Rausch, Joseph Robert Rideout, Akashya Krithka Senthil Kumar. Radu Alexandru Sepetin, Utkarsh Sharma, Jennifer Z. Jing Shen. Miji Shen, Moaz Omer Sadat, Anusin Sivakumaran. Dong Woo Sun, Valerie May Spearman, Chu Yun Sun. Yi Tong Sun, Gurtesh Singh Suri, Sheethala Swamitharan. Gergely Tamash Zabo, Pravin Tiagalimgan, Kevin Voyuan Tian. Tiame Frederic Tugula, Eduardo Alexandro Torres, Dylan Taylor Trashel. Johann Michael Baliskin Tudor, Travis Paul Van Bell, Jenna Vandergeest. Trung Vimar, Viana Kahu Vuong, Raymond Wan. Perrin Wang, Chin Yun Wang, Yihao Wang. Samuel David Wanush, Andrew James Wesson, Nicholas White. Jing Han Wu, Kai Chi Wu, Roland Wu. Yuquan Shi, Wen Shu, Daniel Maurice Young. Jerry Yu, Brian Chenbin Zhang, Victor Zhu. David Zhu, Yang Tian Zi. Gabby Zalman Barsky. Thank you, Mr. Vice Chancellor. Mr. Vice Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Computing and Financial Management University Honors Cooperative Program. Assad Awadia, Hui Bai Ming Lie. Jennifer Kai Wai Lo, Priya Morali, Shichi Sun. Jian Wang, also the recipient of the Faculty of Mathematics for Distinguished Academic Achievement Award in Computing and Financial Management. Mike Jingyu Wang, Lina Zhang. Thank you, Mr. Vice Chancellor.
Mr. Vice Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Mathematics University Honours Program. Basal Ashraf Abdel Kader, Lin I, Andrew Carlo Abersa. Rafeh Shahid Bahi, Daniel Vladimir Berry, Danlin Chen. Sally Q. Dong. Also the recipient of the Jesse W. H. Zul Memorial Award for Excellence in Undergraduate Research. Justin Dumochel, Shi Wei Gong, Hongda Hu. Yi Fan Hu, Min Sun Jung, Cheng Ji. Eric Gordon Kurtzinger, Xiaoni Lang, Kang Di Li. Fan Zhemeng, Yuan Tung Janice Nan, Yuan Pan. Sultan Enver Shah, Hao Shi, Cassidy Ann Sipple. Damjan Slatinowski, Rebecca Ann Tam, David Amadeus Trembetsky. Jai Prakash Vankawani. Vlad Voik, Philip Howard Warner. Jacob M. White. Chi Jun Woo, Hong Yu Yang. Dwarang Yu. Thank you, Mr. Vice Chancellor.
Mr. Vice Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Mathematics University Honors Cooperative Program. Christopher Cho Ki, Wei Tian Ding, Meng Dong. Wan Chi Go, Long Tin Gut, Kelly Kinmo Guan. Zhu He, Aaron Riley Hoffman, Clarence Wai Kwang Huang. Ruchi Jin, Alan Karimula, Min Juang Kim. Let's go, Tina! David Kwan, Kyle Jacob Langendrion, Emily Dean McFarlane. Lauren Rose Marie Maris, Charlton Brody Moore, Jung Hun Nam. Derek Kenneth Pollock, Matthew Donald Robertson, Kimberly Ann Shea. Yoon Shi, Dylan Smith, Wei Sun. Charles C. Juko, Jian Xiao, Chi Husun Tsai. House Wong, Weiji Wong, Hu Yi Wong. Nathaniel James Woodger, Jian Xing Zhang, Xiuwen Zhang. Charles Chian Zhao. Thank you, Mr. Chancellor. I now invite Christiane Lemieux, Associate Dean, Graduate Studies, Faculty of Mathematics, to the podium.
Mr. Vice Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree Master of Mathematics. Arif Rizwan Ansari Sharaf William Robert Callahan. Evan Situlski, Callan Dar, Terence Philip Dixon. Lisa Ann Elkin, Sabah Ezami, Sabria Farhin. Libo Gao, Nathaniel Harms, Chen Huang. Amir Hossein Karimi, Wasif Khan, Xia Liu. Christopher McKnight, Salman Mohammed, Camila Maria Perez Gavilan Torres. Valerie Platsko, Sahil Puri, Hayush Rajasekaran. Deepak Rishi, Sajin Sasi, Maria Shine. Jan Chao Shen, Sheshav Pramod Kumar Sidpuria, Parul Verma. Kapil Haresh Vigneswaran, Tiankong Wang, Jiarong Wu. Naga Maleswara Rao Yaganti, Chen Yu Yao, Jingji Zhang. Alexei Zikartsev. Thank you, Mr. Vice Chancellor. Mr. Vice Chancellor, I present the candidates for the degree Doctor of Philosophy. Arish Alotali. Hamed El Robi. Pedram Gotsnya. Hamide Basakpour Yazchi. Thank you, Mr. Vice Chancellor. Mr. Vice Chancellor, I now request you to confer in absentia the various and several degrees upon those candidates who were approved by Senate but who were unable to be present at today's convocation.
I confer these degrees in absentia.
I now invite Stephen Watt, Dean of Mathematics, to the podium.
Vice Chancellor, I present Tamer Usu. Professor Usu joined the David R. Cheriton School of Computer Science in 2000, following 16 years at the University of Alberta. In addition to being a prominent faculty member, he has served as both Director of the School and Associate Dean Research of the faculty. Professor Usu has focused on big data problems long before big data entered our lexicon. He is the co-author of a classical textbook on distributed and parallel data management and the co-editor-in-chief of the Encyclopedia of Database Systems. Professor Usu's awards, honors, and contributions are too numerous to list in full. He is a Fellow of the Royal Society of Canada, American Association of the Advancement of Science, Association for Computing Machinery, and Institute for Electrical and Electronics Engineers. He is an elected member of the Science Academy of Turkey and a member of Sigma Xi. He was awarded the ACM Sigmod Test of Time and Contributions Awards. Professor Usu's career is also characterized by service to the academic community. serving on and chairing boards of many professional organizations, chairing the NSERC Computer Science Grant Selection Committee, and serving on the editorial boards of many publications, including as founding editor-in-chief of ACM Book Series and founding series editor of Synthesis Lectures on Data Management. Vice Chancellor, in recognition of his outstanding scholarly contributions and exemplary service to the academic community, I request that you award the title of University Professor to Tamer Usu. I now invite Stephen Woods, alumnus and Site Engineering Director, Google Inc., Waterloo, to the podium.
J. Wesley Graham, one of the founders of the Faculty of Mathematics, was responsible more than any other person for Waterloo becoming synonymous with computing and computer science throughout the world. He established teams of experts that created software for which the university is renowned. He established the model under which numerous companies have commercialized university research and innovation. In his honor, the university established in 1994 the J.W. Graham Medal in Computing and Innovation to annually recognize a graduate who exemplifies the qualities shown by Professor Graham. The 2007 recipient of the J.W. Graham Medal is Alex Nicolaou. Alex graduated from the Faculty of Mathematics with an honors bachelor's degree in computer science, combinatorics, and optimization in 1993, and a master's of mathematics degree in computer graphics in 1999. Alex joined Google in 2006, shortly after Google opened an office in Waterloo, Ontario, where his initial work was leading the development of a number of Google's mobile applications and services. First, a search transcoder and device database to support the feature phones of a previous era, and then ultimately the iOS Gmail web app, the first true HTML5 experience of the internet. Alex's experience with the benefits of building rich web applications for iOS for many millions of users made him a passionate believer in the promise of web technologies. To help realize this promise, Alex then turned to building a team to work on Chrome and Chrome OS and lead that team in the delivery of key touch-enabled Chrome OS devices, including multiple revisions of the Chromebook Pixel. He currently leads several teams with the Chrome product area focused on better user experiences through modernized graphics, enhanced input handling, and the web platform as a whole, touching the lives of literally billions of users. Until 2006, Alex was president and board member of Aruna, a startup developing a unique relational database management system based on text search algorithms and data structures. Prior to that, Alex was part of Liquimedia Incorporated, a startup developing a real-time Java virtual machine. In 1996, Alex Nicolaou and Jay Steele, another J.W. Graham recipient, won the games category of the Java Cup competition run by Sun Microsystems. J.W. Graham led through an extraordinary mix of innovation and entrepreneurial spirit. Alex Nicolaou exemplifies both of these qualities. He is being recognized today for his innovative and entrepreneurial achievements, his contributions to the field of computer science through his work at Google and at smaller startups. Vice Chancellor, in recognition of his remarkable achievements as a graduate of the Faculty of Mathematics, I request that you present the J.W. Graham Medal in Computing and Innovation to Alex Nicolaou. I now invite Feridun Hamdulapur, President and Vice Chancellor, to the podium.
What did I promise you? I just got a report from the Canadian Space Agency. They usually do a scan of the world to find the brightest spots in the world. They just informed me that it's right here, just right here in this gymnasium. I want you to join me welcoming the newest members of our class of 2018, please. This afternoon, you heard a number of absolutely excellent speeches. You don't need another one from me. But I'm going to share a few observations with you. And I'm not going to give you any advices. You don't need any from me or from anybody. On the contrary, I will be looking forward to getting your advices. When these young, brilliant minds decided to come and study here at the University of Waterloo, they made a very important decision. Knowing their marks, knowing their fantastic achievements in their studies, they could have gone to any university they wanted, but they chose to come here and study. We were delighted with that. But they were just a little bit anxious, not knowing what it was going to look like, transitioning from high school to university. And they were not afraid of hard work at all. They were told that it was going to be hard work, but nevertheless, they were entering into something different. At the same time, we were anxious as well. What could be possibly offering these brilliant minds that they couldn't do on their own? As they walked across the stage, you witnessed, we had a brief chat with them, and we were most curious to find out what they were going to do. And that was the moment that, as you told us what your plans were, what you were going to do, all of a sudden it made everything worthwhile. You're going to do some amazing things, and everybody is doing different things. And you know what? It is absolutely fantastic. You are not just entering into something one-dimensional. You are seeing yourself in a leadership position, and you are going to make us very proud. As I look into the future, I see tremendous opportunities. I see so many excitements. The world is going to look different. You're going to play a big role there. You're going to either make it happen or you're going to lead that wave. At the same time, you are going to make us feel really comfortable and confident that regardless of whatever our challenges might be, whatever challenges that our societies, our countries may face, that we don't need to be pessimistic. On the contrary, we should be very optimistic because you are going to make it happen. I thank you so much for spending the past 4 or 5, a few years longer than that with us. I thank you so much for supporting them every step of the way, being with them, giving them the kind of support they needed so they could be here. I thank my faculty colleagues for believing in our students and making sure that you will be here today. So with that, we're looking into the future and we're saying that we're so fortunate that we have the class of 2018 entering into the world and making great things happen. Thank you so much. It's a beautiful day out there, so much to celebrate. With that, may I ask you to rise, please. Ladies and gentlemen, the convocation is now adjourned.